Previously valued at $375,000.
Getting a bargain in the Las Vegas housing market, how these people did it, and what it might mean for everyone's home values.
Catching car thieves. Police say they're stopping more and more of them. We've got the good news on the crime crackdown. And
I've done everything you've done, thought about doing, and will do. The difference is I got caught.
This member of the notorious 311 Boys is back in school and getting surprising information from teenagers. Hear what they're telling him, but not their parents.
This is Channel 8 Eyewitness News at 11 in high definition.
Good evening. The housing market is showing more signs of improvement.
home values are way down, and new numbers reveal that more people are buying those homes. Tonight, hundreds showed up to snatch up houses at prices not seen in years. Channel 8 Eyewitness News is live. Aaron Drawhorn went to a foreclosure auction tonight. Aaron.
Paula, you'll find foreclosures and bank-owned homes in every corner of the valley. This neighborhood here is no exception. These homes often go for very cheap, and they are the first to be sold.
Who wants him for $105,000 now? At $105,000, and you're both out here now.
All this fast action and quick bidding on foreclosed homes is a welcome change to a real estate market that's been slow.
We're kind of the silver lining to that foreclosure, crisis, because we're turning houses back into homes.
REDC, Real Estate Disposition Company, ran this auction downtown at the plaza. Hundreds showed up in this down economy to grab up foreclosed homes at rock bottom prices. Stunning homes are no exception. This mansion sold for around $446,000. It was once valued at $820,000. Another fine home in Henderson, once carrying a price tag of $430,000, went for just $252,000.
We're seeing a lot of first-time buyers. We're seeing a lot of mom and pops. We're seeing the full gamut.
Audrey and Harvey Buxbaum were ecstatic.
Before I knew it, somebody else sold. That was it. And we own the house.
They are retiring from California here to Sun City, Summerlin.
We just bought a house in Las Vegas through this auction. That was the fastest, most furious moments I've ever spent in my entire life. It was awesome.
According to Applied Analysis, the number of houses that are in contracts or in the sale process is up. In just the first week of this month, more than 10,000 units were in a contracted status. That's the highest number in years, and it's double what it was last year, according to new research. An auction like this may seem out of control, but it's helping the local housing market that once got out of control.
What we're doing also fuels the recovery of the economy.
REDC and Auction.com held another auction on Saturday. It put back some $24 million in the local housing market Saturday alone. Reporting live tonight, Aaron Drawhorn, Channel 8 Eyewitness News.
Aaron, how many homes were auctioned off tonight?
There were 900 homes auctioned off in total between Saturday and tonight. Paula, that's 900 homes ranging from condos up to mansions, as you saw. Once again, the organizers say those are houses once again becoming homes. Paula.
Nice way to put it. Thank you, Aaron. A lot of the homes that are being snapped up in our valley are being bought by foreign investors. Investors from overseas and North America are heading to Las Vegas to buy houses and condos at a fraction of their previous prices. Experts say most investors are not flipping the homes. They're intending to hold on to properties as a long-term investment. Also, experts say the investors are getting some of the vacant and unsold homes off the market, which improves the ratio of supply and demand.
Well, the number of individuals and businesses declaring bankruptcy is skyrocketing, even though laws were passed 3 years ago to make filing for bankruptcy protection harder to do. Across the country, nearly 1.2 million debtors filed for bankruptcy in the past year. Now, last month alone, there was a 46% increase over March of last year. The state with the biggest change, Delaware. It had a more than 127% jump in bankruptcy filings over last year. Nevada had the 5th highest change. 79% more people filed this year over last year, from 1,400 in 2008 to 2,500 this year. And the business of storage units is in a fix these days. More and more people can't pay their bills on their storage units, so storage unit owners are being forced to auction off items left inside. Units that are 90 days delinquent are put up for auction. Buyers can't enter the units until they've been bought, so they're oftentimes buying blind. Sometimes they get a great buy, sometimes just everyday items.
It's mostly common goods, whatever you see in the house, mostly furniture, pots, pans, whatever, videos, TVs. Once in a blue moon you might score something, big or something like that, but it doesn't happen that often as people think it does.
The money raised in the auction goes to the storage company owner. The buyers usually turn around and sell the items in yard sales, swap meets, or online.
Work at City Center will be going forward. MGM Mirage announced today that it made a deal to extend the deadline for a major debt payment. The payment of $70 million was due today, but it's been extended until Friday. That will give MGM Mirage a chance to see if its City Center partner, Dubai World, will make their part of the payment. Money to be paid on Friday will cover current construction costs of the massive project. When City Center is finished, it's expected to provide 12,000 jobs in our valley. The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority is reviewing its contract with the consultant firm R&R Partners. The firm is credited with the popular "What Happens Here Stays Here" ad campaign. But the relationship between the LVCVA and R&R Partners has come under scrutiny. A conservative business group says the two are too closely linked. There's also concern about the amount of money the LVCVA pays R&R Partners. The head of the Convention Authority will look at the contract tomorrow.
Well, Clark County is working to balance its budget. Right now it's $114 million short, and so far 2 of the 3 main unions representing county workers have agreed to contracts that would save the county money. But there is still no agreement with the county firefighters. Eyewitness News did not get a response from their union. County Commissioner Rory Reed would also not comment on the status of talks with that union, but he did say negotiations with public safety agencies are different.
No, it's not the same. Public safety has to be job one. We can't make certain cuts in what we do to provide public safety to the citizens of Clark County.
No matter what agreement is reached with the firefighters union, the county says agreements with the employee groups alone will not make up the projected budget shortfall. County commissioners have until May 18th to approve a balanced budget.
Southern Nevada is gaining on car thieves, and the improvement is reflected in the latest national survey. We ranked 7th in the nation for the number of cars stolen. That's down from number 2. A joint task force, including all of Southern Nevada's law enforcement departments, has focused on chop shops, organized theft rings, and illegal car towing, all to stop thieves. Another successful program has been bait cars.
Over the weekend, in its 2.5-year existence, the bait car program, also owned and operated by all 4 agencies, and the NICB, has made its 300th bait car arrest. Quite an astounding feat, and is one of the principal reasons that auto theft has been brought down so much in Clark County.
The study was released by the National Insurance Crime Bureau. Police remind everyone we can all do our part to keep the numbers down, like making sure car doors are locked, putting valuables out of sight, and parking in well-lit areas. Super small cars may save money at the gas pump, but new crash test results released tonight show they don't fare well in crashes with larger cars. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety found that drivers of Smart Fortwo, Honda Fit, and Toyota Yaris could face leg and head injuries in front-end crashes with larger and mid-sized cars. The makers of the cars say the test simulated a high-speed crash that rarely happens on the road.
Prosecutors in Tracy, California say they may add rape and molestation to the charges expected to be filed against a woman accused of killing an 8-year-old girl. 28-year-old Melissa Huckabee was arrested Friday. She's suspected of kidnapping and murdering Sandra Cantu. Cantu's body found earlier this month in a suitcase in the bottom of a pond. Formal charges have not been filed, but when they are, they may include rape and lewdness with a child plus murder. The family of Huckabee is shocked by the allegations and say she was never violent, even with her own child.
She just always had an extreme patience with her. Never raised her voice, never yelled, never struck her.
I wish I knew why. That's what the biggest question that we have is why.
Huckabee is set to be arraigned tomorrow. Florida prosecutors said today they plan to seek the death penalty against the mother accused of killing her 2-year-old daughter. Prosecutors filed papers of intent to seek the death penalty if 23-year-old Casey Anthony is convicted of first-degree murder. Anthony is accused of murdering her daughter, Kaylee. Little girl's body found back in December. She had disappeared last summer. Casey Anthony says her daughter was kidnapped. She has pled not guilty to murder charges against her.
A California jury found legendary music producer Phil Spector guilty of second-degree murder.
We, the jury in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Philip Spector, guilty of the crime of second-degree murder of Lana Clarkson.
The jury decided that 68-year-old Spector shot and killed Lana Clarkson at his home. Spector's defense team had argued that Clarkson shot herself. The prosecution said that Spector had threatened other women with violence, and that was apparently a factor in the jury's decision.
It just is a painful decision. Until anybody is in our shoes, you have no idea.
Clarkson died 6 years ago, but it has taken years of legal wrangling and 2 trials to arrive at a conviction. The first trial ended in jury deadlock. Phil Spector faces 15 years to life in prison.
President Barack Obama has changed U.S. policy towards Cuba. The trade embargo is still in place, but travel and other restrictions were removed today. So now Americans will be allowed unlimited travel and unlimited money transfers to family members. Plus, more items will be allowed in gift packages, and U.S. phone companies will be able to provide cell phone and television service to the island. The change is fulfilling a campaign promise made by the president.
That's very exciting. The fact that I have all my family in Cuba.
He said, and I quote, "It's time to let Cuban Americans see their mothers and fathers, their sisters and brothers."
About 1.5 million Americans have relatives in Cuba. Until now, travel had been restricted to immediate family members who could visit Cuba for only 2 weeks every 3 years.
Lieutenant Governor Brian Krolicki today asked a judge to dismiss the charges against him. Krolicki is accused of mishandling the state's college savings program. In a brief filed today, Krolicki's lawyer argues that Attorney General Catherine Cortez Masto acted as legal counsel in the original matter and therefore should not be allowed to prosecute him for relying on that advice.
That's 30 kids. Know that there's a weapon on campus.
In Valley schools, kids open up about what they've seen and what they know about violence.
And that's not all. They also tell the truth about drugs and drinking. An I-Team report every parent must see. Coming up.
All right, good evening. We're getting ready for some major changes over the next 36 hours here in the weather department. It's warm outside right now. Temperatures actually in the upper 60s and lower 70s, but look at the radar. We have this cold front and air flow pressure that gets here tomorrow. We'll talk about winds and much cooler temperatures on Wednesday. We'll take a look at the forecast coming up a little bit later on.
You're watching Channel 8 Eyewitness News at 11 with Paula Francis and Dave Courvoisier. The first local news in HD.